Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing this new palette that I got. It's called the Exotic Flavors. And while I do that, I'm going to share a little bit of my story as to why I started makeup and what got me into makeup. And yeah, so we're going to go ahead and do a quick tutorial. I'm going to do this eye first off camera so I can show you what I'm going to be doing. And then after, I will do this eye with showing you how to do everything. Today we're going to learn the technique that I do with my eyebrows. Each makeup video you're going to learn one of the techniques that I do that can help you make your makeup go a lot faster and ensure that you don't have to buy super expensive products to get it done. Okay, so this is the final look. You can't see it too well. It looks weird always because I don't start off with my foundation. Makeup's not going to look great. So I started off with my eye. This took me about 8 minutes. Using the Exotic Flavors. What's up? So with doing my eyebrows, I don't use a eyebrow pen. I don't use the liquid eyeliner, eye thingy, whatever that they have you use. I use my James Charles palette. Like I said in one of my previous videos, I always try as much as I can to use the eyeshadow palette to your advantage so that you don't have to buy a lot of extra stuff. So I use the James Charles palette here. She's nice and crusty because I use her so much. And I use these two colors right here. James Charles thought it was wise to not label, the colors. So I'm just going to say very dark brown and black. But I always clean them up. As you can see, the little hairs can't be there. So I use these two brushes right here, the Schooly brush and this little angle brush here. I actually finally bought a new one. I'm going to show you my old one. I had this sucker for 2 years. And if you touch her, she's really hard. Okay, so I got a new one. Some of them are not good. If it's nice and like stiff, that's a good angle brush. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. So you're gonna go ahead and start brushing your eyebrow to your desired shape. Get them nice and soft and straight. And I'm going to start with the dark brown. And what you're going to do instantly is you're going to line under your eyebrow. So when I mean line, literally where the hair on your eyebrow line is, line it. Okay? Don't do anything extra. Don't go under a little bit. Be like, no, I don't want to. That's what you do. And the way that I brush up. And I'm going to show you what happens. So when I started off, look, I messed up. It's okay. That's why we got concealer. But the way that you avoid doing that is by brushing up, loop up. Again, I'm using the dark brown, like so. She looks really thick. It's okay. Trust the process. So we're gonna grab more of the dark brown, and you are going to just line the top of your eyebrows. Okay, don't go too high. Go right where those little hairs are, okay? And you're just outlining your eyebrow. Now that we got our eyebrow nice and full, you're gonna go ahead and grab the Schooly brush again. I think I'm saying that right. Schooly? Spoolie brush. Look at that. And that cleans it up really nicely because you don't want clumps of the eyeshadow up in there. Look at that. She cute, she fancy. After you got it, if you want it darker, grab a little bit of more and just go ahead and shade it more, but I like it like that. And then you're going to grab your concealer. I use the Fair Stay Matte 111. And the most important thing is you don't want to have too much because if it gets into your eyebrow, it's going to mess it up. One day that will happen while I'm showing you, and I'll show you how to fix it. But right now, we're going to do it right. So you're just going to wipe it off. You're going to use your concealer to clean up your eyebrow, but also as a primer. Another thing that you don't have to buy separately is a lid primer, eyelid primer, whatever they call it. You use your concealer. So I'm going to go ahead, just as you line the underneath your eyebrow, you're going to do the same thing, but obviously don't touch your hair. But you're going to do the same thing here to clean up your eyebrow. And you're going to bring it a little bit forward, and then you're going to fill her in. 142 in the color Linen. That's the number of it. And this one though, when you're doing the top of your eyebrow, you want as little product as you can. If you are going to try this technique, I would highly suggest you grab this. Let me show you where it is, if I can find it right here. This flat brush here. You just put some of the concealer on it and then do exactly what I'm about to show you. So you're gonna, if you're gonna use the brush that's on your concealer, wipe it off front and back, okay? And now what you're gonna do, I'm right-handed, this is on the left side. It's a little difficult. So you're going to grab your arm if you was just like me. And again, you're gonna line right where the line of your eyebrow is. Instead of touching the hair, you're just gonna go ahead and trace it. Whew! You see the difference? You like it. So there you go. I didn't have to do too much. I have a little bit here, but when I use my foundation to blend in, it's gonna just mix all together. Mezclar todo junto. And that's how I do my eyebrows, you know. Off with using this color right here, orange. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna put it right here on the top, right on the lid, on the top of your crease. We're gonna go ahead and blend that. Speaking of blending, let's learn about my life as we blend. So, my name is Genesis, of course, you know that, but I like to be called Gigi. I am 24 years old. I got married when I was 18 years old. I had my first kid at 19. I got married into the military, and I've never lived anywhere else other than where I live right now. And when I got married, I moved instantly to Alaska. Yes, you heard it right. Alaska. Fairbanks, Alaska. Ask me how it was. Not the greatest. But anyways, so long story short, I got married. He got out of the military. We moved back here after 2 years. We moved back to my hometown, and things just didn't work out. And it was very hard on me in every aspect. And of course, the only reason why I was able to get through was because of the strength of God. But many times, bro, I wanted to leave. I wanted to quit. And I knew I had to find something that would help me cope in a way that had to be physical. And a lot of times people would switch over and, you know, either go to partying or constantly hanging out or not being alone. And I had this interest for a time in makeup. I would watch Jaclyn Hill. I would watch James Charles, you know, and I was just like, you know what? That makeup look good. And even though I looked at it, I was like, oh my gosh, like I would love to do that. But my ex-husband didn't love makeup. He thought it was ugly. Anytime I would wear it, I would feel pretty, but he didn't like it. And so I never pursued it. So when we actually separated, I started doing makeup. I was awful. It was bad. You know what I'm saying? Boxed eyebrows, dark black eyebrows. And it was just, you know, it's a learning process. But I can honestly say that makeup did a lot of part in saving me. I'm not being cliche or trying to be dramatic, but it was something that if I wasn't reaching out to God, if I wasn't praying, if I wasn't crying out to God, if I wasn't crying in pain, anything like that, if I wasn't working, if I wasn't, you know, doing things with my daughter or with my family, I wanted to do makeup. And makeup is expensive. So, you know, I was like, you know what, I'm going to try as much as I can to get what I can. Because, you know, I was separated. You know, I was financially working, doing everything by myself. And I was living with my mom. So it was until my birthday came. I think it was my birthday. Or no, it was Christmas. And my sister got me a James Charles palette. We're going to now go in with this brown right here in the inner crease. And we're going to be using a different brush because that brown, the orange that we use is super intense. We're going to be using this brush here. So yeah, I got the James Charles palette as a gift and I fell in love. That palette kind of is honestly the best palette that I think is around. Also the Jaclyn Hill, like her first edition, I don't know what it's called. that those two palettes were absolutely amazing. And I started my journey there in makeup, and it was something that was very therapeutic for me. Anytime I didn't have words or I didn't want to speak, but I didn't want to go out, I didn't want to drink, I didn't want to find ways to suppress my pain, I did makeup. And I found such a passion for it, in the sense of it wasn't a cover up for me. It was something that I was like, I'm going to learn this, and it's going to be something that I want to excel in. And so each time I would do a certain makeup look, I would feel like a different emotion. I would feel something beyond just like, I look so pretty, you know what I mean? There was a message that was being portrayed in every makeup I looked, because of what I was doing it for. I wasn't trying to look good. I wasn't trying to, you know, put a mask or anything like that. It wasn't a cover up. It became something that was like bringing something out of me that I didn't know that I had within. Sharing this, and why it's something that is important for me to get out, is that when you are going through a tough time, you have to stop and look and see, okay, how am I distracting myself? Am I distracting to get better? Am I distracting to suppress? And makeup was something that was distracting me to focus on me, to focus on what I wanted to grow in. And so that's why I said that makeup saved me. I'm not saying, okay, makeup saved you. If it did, awesome. We all have our own testimonies. We all have something that we ended up doing that brought something better out. So what is the point of the message? I want you to know that beyond beauty, beyond actually suppressing, that you can find something in your life, whether it is makeup, whether it's sewing, whether it's doing hair, whether it's running, whatever hobby, what we call as hobby, can be something that does not suppress your pain, but it opens you to grow some way. It distracts you in a way to bring something more to what you can't say with your words. Okay, so after you blend that in, you're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go with this color, and we're gonna put it on our lid. And we're gonna be using this small blending brush right here. We're gonna go ahead and just put it right on your lid. No crazy technique, just wipe that on your lid. You can bring a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. So you can know all the things about God, and you can seek God in all the ways, and He can do it all. But He also asks something of you, for you to give something. Give yourself to be open to receive your healing, to receive transformation, to receive change, all of that. So what am I saying with that? Is be open to try something new that does not suppress your emotions, that allows you to grow. So after that, we're going to go ahead, finish putting that. We're going to use this shimmer color right here. That's right next to the color we just used. Use that finger, dip it on your tongue, swipe like so, put it right on your lid. So this is the eye look. You see on this side more fell off. I'm telling you, it's my right side is my most dominant. My left side, she falls, but this is the eye look. I'm going to go ahead and do my full face on fast forward. Some tips on how to do makeup, but also kind of my testimony as to why makeup saved me. It was a therapy. It was something that I fell in love with, that I grow in. I'm still growing in. I'm not a crazy makeup artist. I'm not perfect in anything. There's always room for improvement. But this is what makeup did for me. It helped me grow. It helped me in a really hard point in my life be able to take part in healing. And instead of drinking, instead of partying, instead of sleeping around, instead of doing whatever, I dove into makeup. And so yeah, I hope you guys are blessed. I thank you for watching. I hope you guys like, subscribe, share, and keep going. Let me know what is something that you started to do, how this message was able to relate to you in any way, how it helped you. And yeah, God bless you, and we're out.